How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a little bit of a test, if you will, and it involves this raggedy thing. It's in rough shape as far as the paint, but that's the point. Stay tuned. Again, welcome back to the channel, everybody. So glad each and every one of you could be here. This circle's got all kinds of things going on with the paint. I don't know who that is. A red pick-em-up truck with some wood. But anyhow, I've got this. This is just a test mule. So all this is just something for me to spray and test and see how the adhesion property is, right? Of all the different paints and all that good stuff. So we're going to test the paint. It happens to be this, and this is some really old stuff. I have had this forever. I mean forever. And it's a chrome. So what I want to do is I want to, number one, spray it on this body just to see how good it covers. Okay, and I'm not expecting a perfect finish. I'm not expecting a pretty finish, none of that stuff. I just want to see how it looks as it sprays, how it looks as it dries, and then we're going to shoot a candy over this because I've got a couple of upcoming projects that I'm going to have to spray. So we'll see how this looks after being sprayed with a candy, because as you all know, there is no good chrome paint out there. There just isn't. So we're all looking for that magical solution. So let's give it a try. Let me get you turned around. Shake it up really good. Give you a wide perspective. There we go. Like I said, all we're doing is just looking to see how this covers, how it looks when it dries, and then how it looks when we spray it over the candy. The instructions say several light coats. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And you can see it's very shiny, very metallic-y, just with that little light base coat. And I'll spray the inside too, just to be complete. I'll put on heavy inside just because I want to. But yeah, it's coming out nice and chromy looking. Not real reflective, it's more of a dull chrome. Uh-oh, don't want to get that on my camera. You can see it's got some shine to it. Is it really chrome? Not really. This is a very bright metallic-y silver. Clear the nozzle out. And here's what it looks like. Like I said, it's a very shiny, metallic-y looking finish. It's not a chrome look, and I know the paint job looks like crap, but like I said, that's not what we're focusing on today. After this will go on the stripper. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then when I paint the other cars, we'll shoot it with the candy paint and see how it looks. I bet it dulls it down. I bet it goes real dull. But we'll find out. Alright, here we go. As you can see, it's still nice and shiny. Still looks like crap, but that's not the point. I'm going to hit the front. I'm out here spraying the drag bus today. And as I use these colors, I'm going to spray the leftover colors on this. I'm going to make it a fade. It's going to be gold, green, and black. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to test the chrome paint with the candy colors, but I also want to test the new 4053 High Gloss Clear. The High Gloss Clear is a top coat, but you can mix your colors with it. But the thing is they say don't use it with candy paints because it will bleed. Well, what I'm doing with my candy paints, I'm mixing it with a 4050 as a carrier, which is their gloss clear. and I'm mixing in just a very little bit of bleed checker. So I'm going to spray it pretty wet with the High Gloss Clear whenever I spray it, to see if the bleed checker helps prevent the candy color from bleeding into the clear. Will it? I don't know. We're going to give it a try and see. I hope that it works, but that's the point of having a test vehicle like this. So with that stated, let's hit the front of this car with the tequila yellow. And I can see just from the first coat that it does dull down that chrome really, really quick. But how will it look after I get to my finished color? I don't know. We're going to find out. Let's dry it off for just a second. I'll probably end up putting like 4 coats on it just to see what happens. Put a nice wet coat on this time. As you can see, it got nice and dull, but that's the reason we do these tests, right? It's a pretty color. It looks good on that chrome. I'll put one more coat on it, and then we'll hit it with the next coat, next color. Dry it off just a little bit. Nice wet coat this time. This will be the last coat. As you can see, that'd make a nice gold. Rather than having a metal flake gold, you can hit it with like a metallic silver and then come back with this color, and it'll give you a beautiful gold color. Alright, next color. As you can see, I've got the fade going on my drag bus. Now we're going to hit this car the same. Leftover green paint, so why waste it, right? I think I'll hit the whole top in green. Yeah, let's do it like that. But this chrome paint does not like anything going over the top of it. But there we go. Got the green on it. The airbrush cleaned itself out right there, so it got a big... That's okay. That's the reason we do these tests. Evidently I didn't have the green thin enough. So, that color combo looks pretty good on there, don't it? So next color up, transparent black. All right, here we go, transparent black. That chrome paint does make the colors pop. I'll give it that. I mean, that gold on there, that tequila yellow looks really, really bright. As does the green. How you guys like that Charger paint job? The transparent black doesn't like it too good. It looks more like a matte black. But the bright colors like the green and the yellow really look good on there. Really look good. I am very pleased with it. But like I said, the black just looks flat. But that's the reason we do these tests. Next time you see this, we'll be spraying the 4053 clear on it, because I want to see if it bleeds into the clear. All right, it's that time. Let's put some clear on this thing. And what I'm going to be trying is the new High Gloss UVLS clear from Createx. It is the 4053, and all they've done was thin it down a little bit with 4011. That way it sprays out of my gun. And we're going to spray this according to what they said on their video, with, in other words, about 25 psi and wet coats, because they say you don't want any dry edges, because if you have dry edges and you put on more coats, it's just going to make that dry edge more visible. So I have it thinned down. My compressor is set at 25 psi, and we're going to shoot this just to see what happens. Hopefully I have it thin enough. It doesn't look like it, but hopefully it is. We're going to try it. Spray it till it becomes milky looking, they said, and then you stop. Sprays on really good, which all Create Cakes paints do. But you want to spray it on until it becomes milky looking, and then you stop. And that's pretty milky looking. I need to get that back a little bit more. You'll have kind of a bluish tint to it, and then you stop. And the reason I'm wanting to try this, and I hope it works, is because, see how it's kind of milky looking right there? I hope you can see that. That's what you're looking for. And the reason I'm hoping that this works, and I like it, is because 2K Clear, I love it. It's really thick and sticky on everything it touches. And the hardener has a very bad smell to it. I mean, it's rough. You can walk in any paint shop and you get that chemical smell from a paint shop. That's hardener. So I'm hoping that I really like this. I'm hoping that it really works. So far it looks like I'm going to really like it. I've seen others use it and they say it's just as good as 2K Clear, and if it stays that shiny, it definitely will be. And another good thing about this, if it works, is the fact that it is water cleanup. I can just use regular water to clean it up. And of course I always mixed up too much, but hey, that's okay. I have probably half of it left, if not more. I'll tell you what, let's put another coat on it just to see what happens. Put it back in the cup, or in the gun. It's got a nice shine to it, nice gloss. Let me show you. Look at how glossy and shiny that is. Holy moly. But it is still wet. I want to see how it looks when it's dry. So I'm going to hit it with another coat just to see what happens. Now, I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to touch it again. Wow. So far, I am highly impressed. I'll show you what it looks like when it dries. Oh, let's take a look at this charger in the sunlight. Hopefully you can see it. It's got a very, very nice sheen to it. So I'm very happy with that. Very nice gloss. It went on super thick, and here it is 10 minutes later and it's already dry. I mean, I can literally touch it and it's dry. Here you see it's got a nice gloss to it. It's leveled perfectly. There's no dry edging. There's nothing at all wrong with it. It did, and this went over candy paint. They said do not use it over candy paint because the candy paint will bleed into the clear. So I applied some bleed checker in the candy paint just to see all 3 coats. Even though this one's not a candy, it's a transparent opaque, it's a transparent black, it's not a candy black. But the green and the yellow definitely are candies, and they say do not spray over candy because it will bleed. Well, I'm here to tell you it won't bleed if you put bleed checker in it, because I put this stuff on heavy, as you could see, just to see if it would bleed. That's the whole reason I put that second coat on there wet like I did. I wanted to just see what would happen. Now over in the shade, look how good this looks. Oh my goodness. And that's why I keep these test vehicles laying around, you know, ones that I mess up on or whatever. I'll keep the body and probably and the base sometimes, that way if I ever want to make a gasoline I can use it. But to test stuff out like this on it, I love the fact you just put a little bit of reducer in it, 4011 thinner, and go to town. Water cleans it up. There's no harsh sprays, smells, no harsh chemicals. It dries very quickly and it looks super nice. So when I run out of 2K clear, I may just be switching over to this full time. Just because it's, like I said, the 2K clear is wonderful, but it is kind of a hassle. I mean, it sticks to everything. Like this cup, I have to put lacquer thinner in it immediately after pouring it into my airbrush, because if I don't, it'll stick, it'll harden, it'll be a mess to try to get out of it. So I always pay, whenever I spray anything, I automatically put lacquer thinner in it. So with that stated, I hope you enjoyed this video. I highly recommend this 4053 high gloss clear from Createx. I highly recommend it. It's supposed to work wonders on windshields too, like if they're really heavily scratched and stuff and hazed over. So we're going to try that next time I break out my airbrush. I'll take one that I'm not using, I'll hit it with the Scotch-Brite just to scuff it up, and then we'll clear coat it just to see what happens. So until next time, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so very much for watching. Get out there and hunt. You definitely won't can't find anything to do this stuff with. So we'll see you. Thank you so very much for watching.